Rachel Reeves has been accused of misleading the public over mansion tax. And I don't think anyone is surprised. What is the mansion tax? She can't describe it. But even local councils aren't happy. The Chancellor has announced this new, what she's calling high value council tax surcharge. It targets homes with worth more than £2 million. Although, how you go around working out what a house is worth, well, as anybody's guessed. But the extra charges amount to between 2,500 and 7,500 per year. This focuses on high value properties. London and the South East are expected to be the hardest hit. Top council tax bands, FG and H, will be revalued. It takes no into account no ability to pay. It's based on the value of a house, not the income of the person. And it's very controversial. But the councils don't like it either, because even though it's council tax surcharge, they don't get the money. It goes straight into the Treasury, because she hasn't got any money because she's wanked it all away on foreigners. Now, local authorities say calling it council tax is misleading. It's a lie. The traditional principle of council tax is simple. It's raised locally, it's spent locally, and it's used for local services. Here, it's raised at a council level, but it's handed over to Reeves. They say this is none of those things, it's wrong, and some council leaders argue that they'll be blamed for a charge that they don't control, and it won't benefit them, and so they're going to lose their seats when people go, I'm not voting for that. You can end up with some woman who bought a house 50 years ago. Subsequently, she's living on the state pension, but her house has gone up in value. It might have only been a little flat or a little mews in Chelsea, which 50 years ago would have been very, very cheap. Now it could be worth millions. She hasn't changed, but she can't pay the bill. It's unfair, isn't it? If you're going to tax, you tax on ability to pay, not on value of property. It is effectively a property wealth tax in all but name. They argue it targets owners rather than occupiers. It's controlled centrally, and it has no direct link to local services. Although supporters of the policy say it helps redistribute resources and fund public spending. It's a stealth tax on property, though. It has no regard to the ability of anyone to pay. Now, the policy sits alongside Labour's wider fair funding review that is going to look at reducing funding to wealthier councils. How dare you be rich? How dare you be a council in an area where people like to live because they're wealthy? Redistributing resources to poorer areas. It won't help, because what will happen is the people in these wealthier areas will just go, well, I haven't got any money, we'll just move it all away and hide it, and they'll hide their money. And then you won't get any tax from it. Potentially, it's going to allow higher council tax in affluent regions, but based on value of property, not on income. Again, not very progressive, is it? So, what are they going to do? Now, the Treasury says it will be collected with council tax, but won't be council tax. Who's going to do the valuation? Who's to say a house is worth 1,999,000 one day and 2 million the next? What if there's a fall in the market and suddenly your £2 million house isn't worth 2 million anymore? Do you get do you get your money repaid? It's all very complex. These answers can't be found. They say more details will follow, but it makes it sound as though it's the back of an envelope thing and that nobody's thought it through and nobody can see the consequences, which is exactly like every other policy that Labour have done, which is why they've had to U-turn so many times. This one's bound to fail. It can't possibly succeed. It's mental. It's socialism for you. We've had a great idea. Oh, it's shit. Yes, but we're going to implement it anyway, because we're socialists and dumb. But the question is not just about tax, though. It's transparency, it's thought, it's consequences. Is this a council tax reform? Or is it just taxation based on jealousy? Who knows? Let me know what you think. Thanks a lot. Bye.